Hey everybody, it's Suzanne, and we're here with our newest Meet the Maker. This is the restaurant series, which is really cool and exciting. This is the first restaurateur that we've been interviewing. So this is Jim Morris, and we're down at Pepper's, right in the Bedford Plaza where Stop and Shop is. So those of you that have been around forever might remember it as Spada back in the day, right?
Yeah,
It was
back in the day.
Spada.
39 years.
Was it that
Yeah.
long? Oh my gosh!
Yep.
Wow.
I won't be here for 39.
Hey, never say never.
Yeah.
But so Jim's got great Bedford roots, so I wanted to kind of start with that. So you grew up here in town, and your parents
Yep.
are still here, right?
Yeah, still here, and I was in the business, and I had moved to some other areas, and I had a lot of people who, saying when I was going to come back and so forth. And then when Sparta was looking to change over, that was my opportunity, and to move back and kind of settle in and make it a permanent place until I retire.
That's awesome. And your family, if I recall, like growing up, knowing your family, that your parents had a pizza place,
Yeah,
right? Up
yeah,
in
they were over in
Chelmsford.
Chelmsford. Right,
Yep.
yeah.
And then you had a place in Maynard, and
Yeah, I had a place in Maynard. My uncle had a place in Wellesley.
Oh,
My
wow.
cousins have a place in Wakefield, so kind of runs through our blood.
family business.
Yep.
Yes, all amazing cooks.
Yeah.
And the food, it's funny because we actually met our neighbor, Ryan and I came on Friday night and had an awesome dinner. Jim always knows I love swordfish, so we get some fresh swordfish and grilled veggies, and it's amazing. But the food and the quality and the time that you put into your recipes, to me, is just outstanding. Like something as simple
Thanks.
as a salad is always like fresh. Like
Yep.
you make everything to order, which is so cool. So what's been the most rewarding thing about coming back to Bedford?
Just pretty much seeing all the people you grew up with and all the town people. When I first came in, I just wanted like a casual comfort, place where people could hang out and chill out and meet people and talk without getting blown away by, a lot of commotion, loud music. So just a nice, comfortable, casual atmosphere. And, because I'm kind of a laid back, person too. So I wanted to incorporate that, and, people can, so I've had people sit in here for hours and get caught up,
Yeah.
But, a lot of the people that I grew up with will come in, and we've had a soccer reunion from our 1980 team. Did I just say 1980? But, so, it's really laid back. And like you're saying, everything is fresh. So all the food's made to order. Nothing's made ahead of time. This way, if you have any allergies or custom requests, we can, more than likely take care of it. So it really reflects that everything is freshly made. I tell people a lot of the bigger places have so much prep work to do. You're getting warmed up leftovers because the food's been sitting there for days.
Right.
And they're just warming it up. Whereas here, you actually get a nice fresh. That swordfish I made for you, I picked it up that morning.
I know.
So it's
so
as fresh
good.
as fresh can be. So, we move a lot of the seafood, which is, not anywhere available in town, things like that. So it kind of gives us our little niche. But, everything is, quality that, that we make. And, I make the pizza dough myself. So, flour's imported from Italy, got the brick ovens.
Nice.
So
the
that
real
kind
deal.
of, just, things like that. I think what differentiate us between other people.
Yeah. Yeah, and everybody always talks about Luigi's, right?
Right,
Like that
yeah.
was like the staple when we were kids, and you would always see people that you knew there. And I remember when you first opened, how many years has it been?
So this July will be 5 years.
5 years. Okay. So so we came to Wes would have been like 2 then.
Mhm.
So I remember we came on like a Friday night, and it was like Art Smith was here,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
all like, and I was like, oh my god, it's like Luigi's, because it's all people from town that you know
Right.
for the most part, and it was a very comfortable environment. Everybody's talking to one another, and that's awesome because
Mhm.
we're both all about
Sure.
community, and
Absolutely.
that's part of the magic of Bedford. And
Yep.
when you kind of lose that, it's hard. So it's great to have this place
Well, and
to
that's
have the food.
why when I set up my bar, I set it up as an L. So this way people can talk across to each other, get to know each other. Whereas if it was just one long bar, you're talking to the person to the left or the right.
That's so true.
And I've had
Yeah.
times where I've had like two people. Nobody knew each other. And then by the end, of another hour and a half, everybody was friends and they were talking. So, it's it really lends itself to, that friendly atmosphere.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I remember being on a pub crawl back in the day when we used to be able to do fun
Right.
things like that.
Yeah.
But there was like a Bedford like holiday pub crawl, and it was just there's people everywhere. It was fun. So we'll get those days back. So we have gotten to know each other really well through Feed the Soul. So you were one of my most amazing go-to, you and a couple of other folks right here in town that, like I was just saying, like, would never say no. I'm like, I need 40 lunches tomorrow. He's like, okay. So tell us.
Or in an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, or I'm like, I messed up. Yes, that's it. It definitely has happened. And you always take care of me, so thank you. But that's been, I mean, the whole, again, the way the community came behind and made that happen, and you made it, it's been awesome. But what, I mean, you know, that was a light through all of this, but what's been some of the biggest challenges for you? I mean, being in the restaurant business in the pandemic.
Well, it's like, you know, when I went to Maynard, you know, I didn't know anybody. On Chelmsford, I was there 23 years. So you get to know people, generations, you become part of the fabric. Way. But then when you go to Maynard, you don't know anybody, so it's the same thing, build it up again. So when we come here, you know, I knew people come in, they knew I was here, so we had a little bit of a head start on that. But it's just building, getting people to know we're here. You know, we're kind of hidden away in the shopping center. But once people come in and they find out what kind of food we have and they enjoy it, then it's word of mouth and they come in. So the challenge was, you know, getting your systems in place, getting everything running, build it up. But now because of COVID, it kind of knocked it all down. It's like having building blocks and, you know, somebody comes through, boom, knocks it down again. Now you have to go through and say, okay, how do we learn to operate much closer to the bone, you know, and as lean as we can. So, you know, we had to, you know, through staffing and some hour changes and, you know, marketing and promotion and letting people know, yeah, we do takeout orders. People in the beginning thought we just a sit-down restaurant. No, but we do the takeout. So, you know, our takeout business has grown, and
that's good.
Customers now know who we are and they come in. So, but it's now because of COVID, we've had to try to start building up the business again. So that's been, you know, pretty challenging.
Having to pivot, you know, and all the changes even throughout the year with what you could do with dining, what you couldn't do, and now hopefully it's going to start to loosen up again.
Yeah, because we were more dining sit-in versus takeout. Now we've had to kind of go the other way, you know, on it like that too. So, but, you know, it's working. You know, we've kind of made it through what I would like to say is the thick of the storm. And then, you know, kind of you just, you know, still continue to grow, and hopefully by, you know, the end of the summer, you know, kind of getting back to more normal.
Amen. So what are you most looking forward to? Like, are there any other things on your radar? I know we talked about maybe doing more catering and... Yeah,
the catering business was starting to grow, but because in a lot of the offices had people working from home, you know, you lose out on the office meetings and things like that. But, you know, we also promoted that we have box lunches and individually lunches, you know, things like that. So, you know, we'll continue, you know, to push that. But, you know, also just getting people to know, hey, that, you know, we are here, and, you know, you can get quality food at a reasonable price. You know, and, you know, a lot of, you know, the servers are, you know, personable, and just a place where you can come and feel comfortable. So just try to, you know, keep building through there and just letting people know we're here. That's our big challenge.
Well, hopefully this can help, you know, getting out more on social media and all that. And what do you, I think I know some of these answers, but what do you like to do when you're not here? Like, you have a day off, what are you doing? I can answer if you want me to.
Aside from work, I just either golf or, you know, ride my motorcycle, one of the two.
That's what I was going to say,
So, you know, golf is the opposite of here because you're outside, it's much, you know, slower paced, you know, you can enjoy yourselves. And, you know, I think the older I get, I just realize how much more valuable your free time is, and really kind of unwind and, you know, relax and enjoy it. Then, you know, ride my motorcycle, I just get on and go to the beach, go up to New Hampshire, Maine, or just go get lost somewhere and try to find my way back. You know? But, you know, it's just kind of, you know, really, you know, what I call my wind therapy.
I love it.
But it's, you know, it's nice. It's just totally away from here. Then, you know, okay, then gear back up and.
And then you come back in and you're energized because you've taken that time to clear your mind. And I know, I mean, I think a lot of people, I joke about this, but I went to school for restaurant management and I wanted to own a restaurant. I worked at Luigi's, and then I realized how difficult it is. And real estate has its own challenges, but it's a very, I mean, your days are long, your nights are long. It's, you know, there's staffing and all that. So I think but I always say if you're passionate about something, then it doesn't feel like that to you, right? So and I just feel like you're so passionate about your food, about your restaurant, about your customers, and that's what really strikes me. So
Yeah, it's true, because people ask me, what's your favorite thing to cook? And I always tell them, whatever makes the customer happy when they're walking out and they have a meal that they're satisfied, because too many times you just go somewhere, you get something to eat, and you're like, yeah, it was okay.
right,
But
right,
when
right.
somebody walks out and they say, geez, I really enjoyed that, then that's what makes you feel good. So what, because we can custom make everything, it's like, okay, this is, what they eat, this is what they're happy with. And when he walks out, say, geez, I can't wait to tell somebody how good it was and
Yeah.
how happy they were. So that's kind of, how I, gives me a lot of satisfaction.
It's rewarding.
Good feeling, yeah.
Yeah,
very
that's
much.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. It's been
Oh, it's
fun.
my
Obviously,
pleasure.
it's been fun getting to know you through this year, and
Yep.
maybe that's one of the silver linings is just like these, these connections and
Sure.
relationships that came out of the crazy time.
Yeah.
But definitely come down, check out Peppers, or get takeout if that's more comfortable for you right now. But it's just so important to keep supporting our
Yeah.
community and these small businesses, because when things go back to normal, hopefully it's going to be gangbusters.
Yeah,
but we
no,
gotta
it's
just-
done good, and the town's helped us out also, to survive, and us, they helped waive all the license fees for us this year, and that was really just a great help.
Oh,
because-
that's great.
Yeah, because, we host a lot of Christmas parties and things like that, and that's all revenue that's lost that people don't always see.
Right.
And that's what you kind of count on to help you get through and things like that. So the town was very helpful, and, even through the, permitting process, they really enjoyed it that, hey, there's a local guy coming back to set up roots in town. So, I have to really give them credit also for, helping us. But that's what makes Bedford, and that's what makes you want to come back.
Yeah, I
And,
love it.
I think that spirit was passed down to us, and we can take it and, keep it going, for like that, because a lot of the people, they say, they've moved to California, say Washington or all over the country, and you always see, oh, I miss Bedford, I miss that small
Yeah,
town.
I miss
you
that
know?
side. It's true, and
Yeah.
there's really nothing else like. I mean, it is. It's so special, and I found that through Feed the Soul, we literally had donations coming in from California,
Oh, yeah.
Washington State, Florida, North Carolina, because they knew somebody from Bedford, or they had a connection, or they used
Yeah.
to live here, and so it's like that little. I always say it's a small town with a big heart, and that
Yeah.
even when you don't live here anymore, you still remember, and you still
Yeah, just
feel
give you
grateful.
like a quick story. My daughter works for Bombas, the sock company.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I told you.
Hey, wait, in New
So,
York?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a good friend that works there. That's
Oh,
funny.
really?
We'll have to chat offline. Yeah.
So she's in charge of the community giving, and they had sent a whole bunch of socks over to the VA.
Oh,
And
nice.
so the man who's working at the VA says, oh, if you're ever in, in Massachusetts, a small town called Bedford, come by and visit us. And she says, I grew up there. And he was like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so, in
Aw.
her heart, it felt good because she was also giving back, to where she grew up from. So you never know where it's going to come from.
Yeah, that's
know?
cool. I love
Yeah,
that. Yeah, that's.
it's really-
I love what that company's doing.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
awesome.
it's really
So
good.
That's.
Yeah.
We'll have all the links to Jimmy's info and for Peppers, and we'll have a link to you have a website with the menu and all that.
Yeah, all there.
So thanks for watching. Thanks for having us
Thanks,
on your
Rob.
day
My
off
pleasure.
here. You could be out riding your bike, but it's kind of cold.
Oh, yeah.
So a couple more months.
That's it.
All right. Bye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.